S25 Ultra came with the same display as S24 Ultra. This time, what you guys think? But S25 Ultra fixed one of the major display issue. By the way, if you're up for getting the S25 Ultra, pre-orders are about to end in one day and you can avail free $350 credit and up to $900 trade-in values. Check the pre-order listed in this video. Last year, I made a couple of videos about the S24 Ultra display issues, and clearly, there was a hardware problem instead of a software. Now this year, on paper, S25 Ultra came with the same display as S24 Ultra, but it's not. Samsung fixed vividness issue last time with the software update, but grainy display on a low brightness was a hardware problem and there was no fix even with the software. But S25 Ultra fixed it. This is the difference between the S25 Ultra and the S24 Ultra. We can clearly see the difference. On the right, we have the S24 Ultra and on the left, we have the S25 Ultra. Even on S24 Ultra, people said this is because of anti-reflective glass. But it was not, since S25 Ultra even bring anti-reflective coating with 2nd generation Gorilla Glass armor. So no more worries about the grainy display. Even I shared this image, showing off how S25 Ultra brings improvement in the display. The gradient is much smoother on the S25 Ultra compared to the S24 Ultra. Now just in case, if you're up for buying the S25 Ultra, this is the right time as only one day left for getting big pre-order deals and up to $900 trade-in value, which you can avail from prior listed in this video. There's another question people ask frequently about the S Pen of S25 Ultra. No, I'm not talking about losing features or air gestures. They said, can we use older S Pen on S25 Ultra? They mean S24 Ultra S Pen on S25 Ultra. The simple answer is no. We cannot use the old S Pen on S25 Ultra. First, it will not completely fit into your S25 Ultra, and second, Samsung didn't offer any software feature on the S25 Ultra to support air gestures. And the news of getting an additional S Pen for the S25 Ultra was even wrong. So better luck next time. Now this debate all started as people have concerns about the S25 Ultra. Even before the launch, we already confirmed Samsung is going to remove a Bluetooth functionality from S Pen on S25 Ultra. And with that, you're no longer able to use S Pen as a shutter button or use the air gestures on the S25 Ultra. And this happens because Samsung removed a battery from S Pen and there's no charging space inside of a phone to actually charge your S Pen from S25 Ultra. And if you think, can you use S24 Ultra S Pen? You can, but how would you charge that? And the new S Pen on the S25 Ultra is lighter compared to the S Pen on the S24 Ultra because no battery in it. Now, according to Samsung, there is less than 1% of the users actually use the S Pen gestures, and they saw no point of adding this feature in the S25 Ultra. Doesn't make any sense though, because even in my previous videos, bunch of people commented on my videos, they want this feature yet not here. There are two more reasons, but before that, if you're up for getting the S25 Ultra, then this is the right time as Samsung is offering big pre-order deals, which you can check from a prior listed in this video. The second reason is kinda big one, and I would have to back this statement. Samsung's worst decision of going for 12GB of RAM on the S25 Ultra. I mean, are you guys serious? Cost-cutting strategy at its peak. Now, I know not a lot of people use this much RAM, but having an extra RAM option is always welcome, since other competitors offer such features in their phones. Now, even bad thing is, Samsung offers 16GB of RAM in S25 Ultra, but in selected regions. Why? This shouldn't happen. Even now, the base and the Plus model of S25 both gets a 12GB of RAM. So basically, there's no difference in performance in all three devices. The third one is not a missing feature, but people really want an update: the battery size of S25 Ultra. This year, every brand gave us the bigger batteries, being OnePlus or Vivo, and they opted for different battery technology. But while looking at the battery results of 5000 mAh battery and a 45W fast charger, I'm kinda surprised with how well Samsung manages the battery life on the S25 Ultra. Even the battery test proves it. Some people also talks about motion blur issues on the S25 Ultra, and there was an issue on S24 Ultra that was the reason people were concerned, where it was hard to capture moving objects, basically a shutter lag. But this time it's better, and even Samsung offers smooth zoom, but the samples actually confirm no blur, at least in these samples. Now both the phones were at default settings, where S25 Ultra was set to 12MP and even the new 50MP ultra-wide sensor was set to 12MP, although iPhone 16 Pro Max was set at 24MP. Side note, S25 Ultra brings more details since it came with the 200MP sensor. Thanks to Techradar for sharing these samples. So this is the first sample between the S25 Ultra and the iPhone 16 Pro Max. There are a couple of things we need to notice. Generally, Samsung overexposed the picture, but in this sample, both performs exceptionally well. The only difference we can see is the light. S25 Ultra brings slightly more light to the picture, while the iPhone manages it better. The second sample was more or less a true Android versus the iPhone picture. In this samples, I would say Samsung slightly overexposed the image, and with the new software update, we can manage to get it better. This is a massive difference between the S25 Ultra and iPhone 16 Pro Max. This is another image from S25 Ultra only, but this doesn't look that good. Samsung needs to work on green and blue. This one is overexposed, but will get better with the latest software update. Although, if you are for buying the S25 Ultra, Samsung is offering great pre-order deals and free credit, which you can avail from our prior listed in this video. Now, the telephoto sensor was really good on S25 Ultra, far better compared to the iPhone 16 Pro Max. Now, iPhone 16 Pro Max has a 12-megapixel 5x telephoto sensor, where the S25 Ultra has a 50-megapixel 5x. And in this picture, the digital zoom applied, where 50-megapixel 5x pushed to 10-megapixel, and same on the iPhone 16 Pro Max. The bird is completely clear on S25 Ultra, even we can clearly see the bird's eye, but the iPhone 16 Pro Max makes it completely black. Although Samsung tries to put more light into the image but manages it really well. Nighttime photos is something really good on both phones, but Samsung was always ahead in the lighting, brings more light to the image. Now personally, I would buy both, since iPhone 16 Pro Max also brings really good pictures. Also, this ultra-wide shot brings more light to the image, and it totally depends on your taste. Some like the S25 Ultra and some like the iPhone 16 Pro Max. This is another telephoto shot on the S25 Ultra versus the iPhone 16 Pro Max, but for this image, I would go with the S25 Ultra, perfectly balanced on S25 Ultra compared to the iPhone 16 Pro Max. And last year, there was one small issue with the S24 Ultra cameras, where it brings yellow tint to the selfie shooter, but Ice Universe confirmed it and shared this image where we get the clear face on S25 Ultra, but a yellow tint on the S24 Ultra. Problem solved. Make sure to avail the pre-order deals if you're up for buying the S25 Ultra. Some people like and some don't the new design on S25 Ultra. This year, S25 Ultra came with a big design change, and there were backlash from people who really liked the design of S24 Ultra, that sharp corners and boxier design, and now people say it looks like a Chinese phone. No, it's not. Samsung cut down the corners on the S25 Ultra, but ever so slightly, and it looks really good. Personally, I kinda like the design of S25 Ultra. Matte finish on the back looks really good, and the camera lenses looks good. Only problem is the dust, which we can work around. Now honestly, when I saw S25 Ultra in renders, I hate this camera design. But the more I see it, the more I like this design, and it is a personal choice. Maybe you like the S24 Ultra design more than the S25 Ultra. Also, I have to mention, the sides are flat, which gives us a better grip, and there is no mention which grade they use, which means they are still using the grade 2 titanium. Now I mentioned grade 2 because in Galaxy Unpack, Samsung mentioned pure titanium, which is obviously grade 2, instead of grade 5 used in the iPhones. Now just in case if you're up for buying S25 Ultra, this is the right time, as only 3 days left for getting the big pre-order deals and up to $900 trade-in values, which you can avail from prior listed in this video. On this note, if you find value from this video, then give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you next time. Till then, peace out.